Everybody, all you Move, Think, Smile followers. Today we wanted to welcome everybody that's coming into our marketing and sales group for health and wellness experts. My name is Adam Von Inns, and together with Elliot Fasheron, we are the founders of Move, Think, Smile, and we have our leadership team with us here. We have Andrew Carlson and Andrea Harrison, and we really just wanted to come in and, first of all, welcome everybody to the group and also guide you on all the resources that we have available, why the group exists, where you can look for things and find. Now, real quick, if you are unable to get into the group or you're not a group already and you're watching this maybe on YouTube or you're watching this on our business page, I'm going to pop this up. It's also in the description where it might be below or above this. But if you're not a member of the group, you can come over to movethinksmile.com/group and get in. Now, first, let's just kind of focus on why this group exists and who is it for. So the group is all about marketing and sales in the health and wellness industry. And what we're seeing out there is that a lot of people are trying, we all have health and wellness businesses. I mean, we all want to get new clients. We all want to get new patients in and things like that. And what we're seeing out there is a lot of people are using strategies and tactics that work really well in different industries, and they're trying to apply them to the wellness industry. And it's not happening as good as it should be, if that makes sense. So if you're into the integrative, functional, longevity, regenerative space or holistic space, and you are really wellness focused, getting to the root cause of why people are having diseases and dysfunctions, low energy, whatever it may be, and you're really about impacting, transforming people's health, making this world a healthier place, and having a great income along the way, then you are in the right group. So Elia, the reason we started this group, what are some of the things that you're seeing out there of the problems when it comes to growing and sustaining a profitable and not burning me out, breaking me in half, health and wellness company?
Yeah, well, I think, one of the biggest things we've seen recently is people are really struggling to figure out who is the right fit to help them grow. They know they need help, but they're just not sure who is the right person or people and what is it that I need exactly. So I think one of the toughest things that people are facing is trying to figure out how to diagnose what their actual constraints are in their business and where they should start as well, because there's so many places that you can start. It's do I need better marketing? Do I need more content? Do I need a better program? Do I need Google ads? What do I need? Do I need a funnel or not need a funnel? Or, there's a lot of questions here. And so I think for a lot of people, it's really confusing and they're just not sure where they need to start, or they've worked with some people, but felt like they didn't get great results. And so they're just kind of confused on where to go next. That's one of the biggest things I see.
Yeah. And it's really important for anybody watching this, you understand that this is a complimentary group. We're not asking for fees or anything like that, that this is totally on us, because we believe in the best way to show health and wellness practitioners you can help them is to actually help them. So this is why we also have our Move, Think, Smile team here, so you can get to know us a little bit better. We're admins in a group, we're moderators in a group. You're going to see us popping in and out, posting and things like that. So you actually know that there's real people behind us that really care. Ellie and I are based in Charleston, South Carolina. Andrew is outside San Francisco in California. Andrea, unfortunately, she's in the Midwest somewhere. We're not really sure where she's at. She's in Indiana. She's kind of sandwiched in between us all, but we really span the entire country, and we all have health and wellness backgrounds. I'm a integrative nutrition health coach. LA is a world-renowned life coach specializing in burnout. Andrew, your background is in functional
nutrition. Yeah.
Nutrition. Okay. Yeah. And Andrea is functional nutrition too. And so we've all got our own practices and businesses. And what it comes down to, and Andrew, you can kind of speak to this too. It's one of the biggest problems out there is how do I get people to see my value? How do I get leads in? And how do I ultimately convert somebody who might be interested in raising their hand, saying, I might be interested in what you're doing, to actually a paying customer?
Right. And that's a really big thing. One of the things that we see on the back end of things with clients is this just happened with one of our clients at Cone, where he was like, hey, I have leads already coming in, but they're not really understanding what it is that we do. So one of the things is a lot of health practitioners think that they're communicating a certain way, but they're actually not communicating it at all, of how you can actually help somebody overcome something. We get so focused on the methodology of how we help somebody, or the things that we can do, the nitty gritty little micro details that at the end of the day are very important for us to know and to understand as health practitioners. But for the people on the other end, they don't know any of that stuff. They just know that they want to feel better. So when you're able to communicate that, leads come in because people are like, oh, you need to go talk to so-and-so. And that's what begins the referral process. And it's what begins people actually paying attention and understanding your value.
Exactly. And that's another reason this group exists, is to give you the resources to do that. And one thing I just want to highlight real quick is, like, if you're new to the group or it's the first time you're seeing this and you haven't done this already, please comment below and let us know a couple things, because we have more than 90 hours of stuff in here on training on marketing and sales for the health and wellness industry specifically. And instead of pulling your hair out trying to sift through and find all the stuff in a Facebook group, which we have it as organized as we can for a Facebook group that allows us, if you can comment below what the core focus of your health and wellness business is, and what is the marketing and sales obstacle that you're looking to conquer right now, whether it be new client acquisition, raising client lifetime value, messaging, getting people to opt in, client retention, whatever it may be, put that below, and one of us will be able to guide you to some of the great resources. Again, they're complimentary, that are here in the group. And speaking of those resources, Andrea, it's like, why do we have all these resources? I mean, like, what are you seeing out there in the world of health and wellness when it comes to, actually cash flow in marketing and sales?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So, like, I was just thinking, I've talked with several of you that are here in the group, reached out, had some conversations with you, and we get a wide variety of issues that are coming through. Like you said, is it time constraint? Is it cash constraint? Is it confusion? Is it, I don't know what to do? I don't know how to do it. Or I've worked with other coaches in the past and I'm not getting the results that I want to get. Why is this different? Well, that all kind of culminates into some really cool resources that Adam and Elia have built into this group that shows you different ways of approaching these different types of constraints that you're coming up to. So I keep coming back to thinking about, if you've worked with other coaches or you've heard all of this noise in the background about how to do it one way, and this is the right way to do it, and that's the right way to do it, you're going to find a lot of different options here. There is no real one right way to do it. There is the right way for your business, right? And each business is so different that is what makes this really cool here. And you'll find a lot of different options and different ways to approach how to figure out, first of all, what those constraints are that you're having in your business, because sometimes it's hard to identify them. And then once you identify them, what are some of the different options you have to overcome those, or to work with them, or to, get around them, over them, through them, whatever it needs to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what Andrea says, to kind of like just sum up what she just said, it's like any marketing strategy can work. It absolutely can. And this is why we've got the group here, and we have training. I mean, we've got a whole series called A Crash Course in Constraints. And if you guys haven't seen that, you should watch that. It's a 4-part series that Ellie and I did. And it really dives into how to properly structure your offer, how to price your offer, how to create powerful messaging, then how to create a marketing strategy that actually gets people on the journey of marketing, which is what we like to treat it as. Marketing is not something we do somebody. Marketing is a journey that we take people on. And then, how to then convert them into a paying customer, because most people think if I just get leads on my calendar, that's all I need. And honestly, getting leads on your calendar, getting leads and people to, raise their hand saying, yeah, I'm interested in what you're doing, is actually a lot easier than it might seem. The tough part is converting them into a paying client. Ellie, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I think, this is where we like to cover a lot of different skill sets. So as you're going to see as well, with some of the training, we talk about sales skills. We talk about the messaging skills. We talk about how you have your business structured. And so, one theme that we're talking about here today is, the noise sometimes and the confusion of what strategy to use. And I think it's really important. And one thing that I really love about our team, and we actually have a lot more people that are a part of Move Think Smile behind the scenes, but a lot of people have tried different business strategies, and we all have something to chime in about how this worked for us or didn't work, or when we feel like a certain marketing strategy should be applied in your business. Because Adam and I have tried a lot, and some of them have been the best marketing strategy for that season of our business. And sometimes we've had to switch strategies for a different season of our business. And this is another thing that we have to take into consideration. And so there are a lot of things to think about and really take a look at in your business to decide which strategy might be the best one for right now.
Very, very good. So the core focus of this group comes down to just one really simple sentence: make your marketing work.
Yeah.
How do you make your marketing work? How do we keep the cash flow? And I know everybody wants consistent cash flow. You want to know every month that you're getting 50,000, 100,000, whatever it is for your company. Everybody wants that steady paycheck. But the reality is you are an entrepreneur. You either own the business or you're a leader in the business and you're responsible for this stuff. And it's up and down. It's always going to be up and down. It's ebb and flow cycle. But if you do it right, instead of the line looking like this, like all over the place and like up and then maybe crashing and burning and not going anywhere, it can be that kind of like slow progression upward, like you see with the stock market and things like that. That's why we're really here. So we have things in this group focused on how to create waiting line demand. We have training on this group on how to actually repackage what you do so you can add about $10,000 a month at least in additional revenue while reducing your client load. We have the psychology of sales training in here and how to actually get people emotionally bought into what you're doing so they're pre-sold before you even speak to them. But in the end, this is all about the trifecta win. And that win is going to be, one, making sure that we're impacting someone's health. If we're not changing their health or we're making this world a healthier place, none of this stuff matters. Number two, you've got a good income doing it. And I don't mean just sales, I mean profit, the bottom line, which a lot of people in the health and wellness space, you guys have got amazing training, but when it comes to business, well, you just haven't been there, right? You haven't had that kind of training. So I've got an MBA, I'm sorry, not MBA. I've got a Master of Science from Northwestern University. I did take some classes at Kellogg School of Management, MBA, but specifically in integrated marketing communications. And we've taken that and we have designed some things here. And I have worked with very, very big companies. You may have heard of a couple of them before. Companies like Seagram's, Disney, Volvo, Mack Trucks, BASF, Comcast, Cyanomed, which I don't even think Cyanamed's around anymore. They're an agricultural chemical company back in the day. And we want to bring these big corporate strategies down to you guys. And that's why this stuff exists. And Elia, just so you know, she's a real founder of Move Think Smile. And it all got started with this book that's bigger than my face, about, really how do we become successful entrepreneurs? And I just see the little message down right there. So do comment below with core focus of your business and what help you need with specifically with marketing sales. And one of us can actually send you stuff that's most relevant to your problem instead of sifting through all this stuff. And in just a second, I'm actually going to share a screen and show you how to find stuff in this group because it can be overwhelming if you don't know where to look. But Elia, what's another reason that Move Think Smile exists and why we created this group? I mean, it comes down to it's success, but it's not just success, but it's also not breaking in half in the process, right?
Right. It's avoiding burnout, right? That overwhelm and really, as business owners, there's so much to undertake in a business, especially if you're looking to grow. And so really being able to put some strategies into place to really help limit that burnout or help you bounce back as fast as possible when you do. And, and I think that with everybody that's involved with Move Think Smile, what we see on the backside a lot of times is that overwhelm and trying to manage it all and trying to figure out how to get their time, what they're putting their time into and what gives them the most leverage in their business. So I think it'd be really great for Andrew and Andrea just to chime in a little bit too on what they see maybe are a couple of the big struggles, but then what do our most successful clients do? What are they doing to really get results?
And stack on top of that, Andrew and Andrea, what is it people think they need, but what is it they actually need? You can put that in there too.
Okay, well, I'll go first. Like the biggest thing that I see, especially working with the clients, is that they run around doing all the things and they go, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. And then they look down and they go, I didn't accomplish anything today. Or they're like, I thought I had to do all these things. And the most successful ones have a really methodical, mapped out plan. The ones who did the foundational work of understanding like their offer and their messaging and everything, and then plugged it into the things that would leverage movement forward in the business were the ones that were successful. And most people think they need all the leads on the calendar. They're like, I just need sales coming in and that's going to be the thing that transforms the business. And a lot of the times that's what causes a lot of burnout because they're trying to do all the different things just to plug the leads onto the calendar. And all of a sudden, once they finally get somebody in on the back end, they go, oh, I forgot about all that stuff and all the different systems and all the different methodologies and everything else that's going on. So that's one of the things that we see.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting. So let's talk about let's dive into this a little bit. Like, let's talk about some of the things, all the things that they do. So I'll start, and we'll go do a little round robin here. So one of the things I see people thinking they need to do, and again, it can work, but do you necessarily need to do it for your company? And the answer is typically, well, we don't know, but a lot of times, no. I gotta get on social media. And I gotta blitz social media. I gotta post my butt off. I've got to be up there on Instagram. I gotta do all this stuff. Is that something somebody has to do every day? No. Is that something we see people thinking they need to do all the time?
Yeah.
Which is another reason why this group exists for sure. Andre, what would you say?
Yeah, I agree with you there. So another thing that I see a lot of people as, I need a website. I need an amazing website. It's got to be huge. It's got to be big. I got to get SEO. I got to have everybody coming to my website. No, you don't.
Mhm.
That's not what you need to grow your business. Is not a website that's, SEO optimized. And what most people actually need that they don't realize they need is they're thinking they have to do all of these things all of the time, is what they actually need are leadership skills, business skills, right? So we all know, as we come in as practitioners, we know how to help our clients, we know how to help our patients, but we don't necessarily know anything about how to run the business. And that right there is a huge component. And when I say leadership skills, you may be thinking, yeah, but I'm an entrepreneur, it's just me. Or, I don't have a team, it's just me. You need to know how to lead yourself so that you're not getting stuck in these rabbit holes of I need this, I need this, I need this, that leads you to burnout. So that's one of the biggest things I see.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm going to put up here in the caption here, like there's an interview I recently did with one of our clients, Jake Porter. And I really want to prove to this. And if you guys watch one thing in this entire group, look up Jake Porter, go to the interview section. It's also in the featured section where this video is going to be. It's probably going to be to the right of it. He's a licensed professional counselor in Houston, Texas. He's an ex-pastor, and he literally did not have a website. He did not have a funnel. He did not have any type of advertising. And he did $150,000 in 42 days, cash collected. 42 days. He did 100 grand of that in the first 28 days. And this all came from one email using the strategies that we talk about here in the group and really positioning yourself into a category of one. And in fact, I think if it started off when we first launched, we sent out one email for him, and it was 38 sales calls in the first 24 hours. And he was kind of freaking. I was like, I expected a response, but not this kind of response, which is really good because I know Andrew was working directly with him. So Andrew, what do you think it was for Jake Porter that was really the igniter for his company? What did we get in there with the marketing and sales? I mean, he had an existing business. He was working one-on-one with people. What do you think that the magic turning point was?
His messaging, the way that it was positioned in that email to get people to raise their hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it came down to.
And not just raise their hands, but show up ready to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to buy. And when it comes to marketing and sales, I know we're in the health and wellness crowd. And I know a lot of you guys are like, hey, this is not about the money. But if you're going to have a business here in America, it is capitalism. It is about the money because you can't survive without cash flow. And I love where your all's hearts are at. But this is really about, we talked about that trifecta win. And that, the trifecta win, meaning the client wins with their health. They're having great progress. You have great income. And the third part about that is the business is healthy too. Right. And you're not burning out in the process. So that's the triple win that we're really looking for when it comes to building a very ethical, high integrity health and wellness practice that fixes diseases and dysfunctions. Right. Even if you're just out there if you're just selling supplements, there are things you could do to really increase your sales that don't require a lot of the things that you think you need to be doing. So really learning how to lighten your load and only focus on the 1, 2, or 3 things max that you need to do for your marketing are going to get you the best results. It follows the whole Pareto's law thing, 80-20. Right? In this case, 20% of what you do is going to get you 80% of the results. Whereas what's happening is people are doing 80% of the stuff and it's only getting 20% of what they could get.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie, what are you seeing out there that people are doing that they probably just don't need to be doing?
I think the thing that I see a lot of is, again, people just really struggling with what they're offering and trying to figure out, okay, who am I helping and how niche down do I need to be? And I think that's a big question that a lot of people have. Along with, however, because we do work with businesses that are just getting started. And so they're trying to figure out that niche and where they want to start. But we're also working with businesses that are much bigger and have been established for a while. And they're trying to figure out how do they really make sure that everyone understands all of the services they have. And how do you niche down when you have a ton of people that you fix, a ton of illnesses that you address? And so, there's something that, and so I think what the idea is, or the mistake is, that they go general, hoping that it's just going to cover everyone in the beginning if you're at the beginner business, or go general if you're an established business, because, well, how can you speak to everything that you do in one little sentence? And so I think it really goes back to, Adam, what I always hear you say, which is that, your message and your niche is really just the focus of a single marketing message. And that when you niche down a little bit, it doesn't mean that you have to be stuck there forever, but it means that you need to make sure you're sending the right message to those people that are really going to resonate with it. And then you can send another message over here to another group of people that are in your audience or are watching what you're doing or interested in your business.
Exactly. And I'm typing in right here something so everybody can easily find where all the stuff is that we're talking about. And that is right here. In here, and I'm going to show a screen here. Inside the group, obviously you come into the group, there's a menu bar right here, and most people just get lost. Sometimes they get to the features. Actually, here's my interview with Jake Porter. Watch that. There's some other really great things in here inside the feature sections. Crash course, some other interviews. We've got a lot of people in here. We got some really great training. We got everything from epilepsy experts to registered dietitians to functional medical doctors to physical therapists and everything in between. And if you just go through the stream, you're probably going to get lost and overwhelmed and stuff. I mean, there's a ton of stuff right here. Where you're going to really want to focus on is, don't mess with any of this, but this second tab right here, guides. This is where the magic is. And inside guides, you're going to see that we have a lot of different things. Now I've got my screen kind of narrowed here, but if I open it up, let's see if it gives me some more stuff here. Oh, I'm an admin, so it's going to give me that. Okay, it's not going to give me what I want to see because I'm an admin. But we have in guide number 1, these are success stories and interviews. So if you're looking for a very specific case study on how somebody in your space has had great success with their business, come over here. There's Kendra Kanoy, functional expert, movement expert, epilepsy specialist, fitness experts, hormone balance experts, things like that. In guide number 2, this is the crash course to constraints. This is our 4-part deep dive training series. This right here, if you're going to watch one series, this would be the one that's going to give you the most progress, most likely. Now, it is long. It's probably a total of 2.5 to 3 hours long, but we've divided up into 4 sections. The offer structure, creating powerful messaging. So anything you say or write takes people from who the heck are you to thank you for taking my money, literally, to marketing. And that is what marketing strategy is going to be the best for your company and your audience. And of course, enrolling. And that's the whole sales part. Underneath that, we have live health business training, and there's a ton of stuff in here. So more and more and more and more. So you have very specific topics. You can come in here and you can really, really learn how to really excel at the marketing and sales for your health and wellness company. So you're actually impacting this planet without having to worry about you financially falling off the cliff. A couple of the big ones out there are how to net 6 figures while only working with clients 6 to 10 hours a week. 5 mistakes health experts make with their marketing. And we have another one. Let's see here. What are some other Steal impact-driven profit systems? That's super popular. We've got another one here, how to create waiting line demand, and it's probably buried somewhere there. But anyways, I just wanted to highlight to everybody, like the guide section is where to go. Like if you're looking for something, or if you don't know, I'm going to put this back up. Comment below, literally below this video. What's the core focus of your health and wellness company? What do you need the most help with when it comes to marketing and sales? What's the big obstacle you're looking to conquer right now? And we will guide you to the most relevant stuff. Now, let's do a quick kind of like, who do we really work with? Who have we really helped excel? And I want to start with Andrea on this one. It's like, what have you seen some of the big successes from? We can use the term speed to lead, right? From really just kind of idling along to almost like just, other than Jake Porter, just shooting it out of the park. What have you seen, Andrea?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to understand how you want me to frame this question, or frame this answer, but what the people that come in and have the most success, right, in working with us are ones that come in with an open mind, first of all, a desire to really learn and to dig in there, let go of limiting beliefs that they may have, right, and do the work. This is like I was talking about earlier, is, you know, those that are ready to come in and learn business skills, learn leadership skills. You already know how to work with your clients and how to work with your patients. That's not what this is about. And no one's questioning your ability to do that. But when you come in with this desire, drive, and hunger to learn, how do I grow this business so that I can impact as many people as possible that are coming in to work with me. Adam said something earlier that I wanted to touch on real quick is most of us that are in the health space, we are in this with a heart to want to help people, right? And so we say it's not about the money. And yes, it's not about the money necessarily, but if you do have additional ideas for wanting to have outreach to people and wanting to create maybe non-for-profit, whatever it might be, that takes money, right?
Yep.
You can't do it without money. So you need to learn the business skills. You need to learn the leadership skills so that you can grow your business into something that is thriving in a way that allows you to then fully go after that heart-based calling that you have. That's really what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. And then for Andrew, it's like, let's take that to the next step. So we know what's required. It's like, you've got to want it, right? You got to want it. Like you can't treat this thing as a side hobby. Like that's what we know for sure. And then the people that have come in and made the fastest progress, like give a couple examples, Andrew. Like, I mean, Jake Porter's one of them for sure. That just like went lightning fast. Who are some of the other ones out there? Like, give a range of, like, it's not just the professional counselors, but we had functional medical doctors we've worked with. We've had naturopaths we've worked with. Like, where's the biggest progress you've seen there?
I mean, the ones that come in with the biggest progress, I mean, it's across the board. We've had people that were just starting out that shot out and put their message out. They did the foundational work and they put it out there and they got success relatively quickly. We had people that came in with established businesses, functional medicine doctors and licensed practitioners and everything, who have, the main difference was they came in, were decisive, knew what it is that they wanted to help somebody overcome. And we were just able to come in there, do some small little tweaks. And then they went out there and they just did it. They said, I don't care what it's going to take. I will trust you, trust the process, and just put it out there and see what happens. And every single person who has done that has kind of hit the ground running.
Yeah, exactly. And so this group is for anybody out there that has a wellness focus. And that is, you want to help people improve their lives. It does not matter what the modality is. Because I know on some of our ads out there, people are like, I don't know, does this work for integrative healers? It's like, yes, it can. If you've got the skills, if you've got the knowledge to help somebody overcome a major health or wellness challenge, and whether or not you may think it's major, if the person think it's major and they want to just fix it and they want to feel better and they want to impact the people they love the most, their inner circle, their family, their colleagues, their coworkers, their friends, then this is going to be the group where you're going to learn how to have that great impact. Because the one thing that drives a company, and this is what just drives me nuts, and coming from the corporate world, they treat marketing and sales as kind of like this side thing. It's like, it's a necessary evil. We've got to do it. If you design your company and you structure it to where every step of everything you do is marketing and sales, and you realize that, things just start to happen. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So again, everybody, welcome to our Move, Think, Smile marketing and sales group. It's integrative marketing, meaning in functional business growth. When people hear those terms, a lot of times they're like, hey, you guys work with integrative functional people. It's like, well, yes, but we really want you to understand that the marketing approaches we take an impact-driven system. So we want to turn your marketing into an impact-driven sales machine, meaning that it's having a lot of impact out there. That's what's really, really important in the realm of health and wellness. In this group, well, this is where it's going to be. This is where it's going to be happening at. So again, welcome to the group. If you're not part of the group and you're watching this on YouTube or maybe our Facebook business page, come on over to movethinksmile.com/group. You can sign up. It's complimentary to come into it. Just read the qualifications, make sure it's for you, so you're not bored and like you're going to get something out of it. Don't join if it's not for you. Don't worry about that. And of course, if you're already in the group and you need help, like I said, we've got a lot of resources here. So just comment below what's going to be, your core focus of your health and wellness business. And what you need the most help with. What's the big marketing sales obstacle you're looking to conquer right now? That's kind of where we are with that. Elliot, anything else that we can hop on? It's I mean, marketing and sales, we could talk about this all day long.
Yeah.
But if somebody was going to come into the group and they could get the most value, what would you tell them to do right now?
I would definitely tell them to comment below just so that someone from our team can point them in the right direction. I think, watch at least one or two of the resources that we have here in the group. I think that's your step number one. And then step number two is to reach out and have a conversation with somebody here on our team. And, we just want you guys to know it's like, hey, we're laid back. We don't bite. We're not pushy. Like, we just really want to help and we want to understand your business. And so I think, first thing is consume a little bit of our content. If you're really resonating with what we have here, have a conversation with somebody on the Move, Think, Smile team. And we'll see if maybe we can help.
Yeah, for sure. Andrew?
Hands down, I think the very first thing that you should do is go find one of the case studies, because getting your mindset into the right place, yes, you can jump into the crash course and you can do all of that stuff and just deep dive into the end of the pool there. And knowing that it can work for you is the very first step to knowing that it's possible. If you're coming in here with your defenses up and going, well, I've worked with agencies before, I've done all these other things, I've worked with business coaches, maybe that could be true. And look at the proof in the pudding with the social proof. Go find one that resonates with you and see what they did, and then go look at the crash course and reach out to the team, and we will definitely be like, yes, this is a good fit for you, or we'll just say no, but here's a resource for you to absolutely.
Yeah, we're really good about that. And one thing I do want to highlight, Andrew mentioned the most popular term right now, business coaches, and that, there are a lot of people out there. I want people to understand that this group is business coaching, but it's also consulting and it's also agency work. So Move, Think, Smile is a very different beast out there, as well as when it comes to business growth and cash flow and time constraints. So there are three constraints that each one of you, and you're either facing all three, which sometimes that happens, or it's one or the other. And it's either an impact constraint, and that means the people that you're working with aren't having the results that you want them to get because they're not following protocols, or there's just not enough people walking in the door, so you can't impact the number of people that you want to. Then, of course, number two, there are time constraints. And either you're putting too much time into the business that you can't work on the business, or there's no time for life outside of work. And that's usually because of constraint number three, and those are going to be cash flow constraints. And either you've got cash flow coming in, but at the end of the day, your profit margin is low and there's not enough left over on the bottom line to really enjoy life. And you're like, questioning is like, why am I doing all this stuff in the first place? I just could job at Walmart, probably make more money. Or you just don't have enough cash flow coming in. So that's exactly why we're here. And so Andrea, so kicking over, kind of picking up where Andrew left off, like people coming to group, like what's the first things they could do? What would you suggest for them that they can really get the most value out of this?
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking about what Andrew said there, and I think it is really important to get in there and take a look at the case studies, the interviews that Adam has done. We hear a lot, well, hey, maybe this isn't for me. Or when someone does reach out to me, they're like, I don't know, am I in the right place or not? Well, reach out, make a comment somewhere, like at the bottom of this one right here. And like Andrew said, we'll let you know whether or not you're in the right place with, just a honest conversation with you via text message or via commenting back and forth. But that's where you're going to get the most out of this group, is really interacting with us. You can go through, like Adam showed you, all of that 90 plus hours of training material that we have. I don't know about you, but as a business owner, I don't have time to go through and watch 90 hours worth of stuff, right? I need to know what's most relevant to me right now with the problem that I'm dealing with right now. And the best way to get to that is interact with us, talk with us. Like Elliot said, we don't bite. We're not scary. In fact, we're kind of funny sometimes. So, I think that's how you could get the most out of it.
Well, it's spoiler alert. I mean, Andrea was where you were, not long ago, and she actually came in and she was a client of Move, Think, Smile, and had some pretty cool successes. And now she's kind of on our back end team, really helping people and guide them. And she acts as kind of like a part marketing director for people to really make sure that they're getting the right strategies that actually work. And Andrea, it's like you saw our ad, you clicked on it, you came into the group, and right away you found a resource. Which one really spoke out to you?
Let's see. I think it was the waiting line demand one that I watched at that point. I think that was the first one that Robin tagged me in, and I was like, hey, cool. But then after that, I really dug into all of the case studies because, like Adam said, I was a client of Move Think Smiles a couple of years ago, and I actually left the corporate world after working with Move Think Smile. I was able to launch my own business, which was really cool. But I didn't know if it was going to work for me. And so when I got in there and I was watching all of these different modalities, different types of practitioners that they had worked with, I was like, wow, wow, this is really cool. They're not just working with health coaches. They're not just working with functional medicine doctors. You know, we have clients that have come from, like Adam said, energy healing. We have clients that are in cognitive behavioral health. We have clients that are in personal training. I mean, just everything that you can think about. If you are having an impact in the wellness arena, we've seen them, we've talked with them, we've helped them to be successful. So I think I got way off course here, but yes.
No, you're good.
Look, interact with us. That's all I can say. Save yourself some time and interact with us. It's fun.
And to find what she's talking about, if I don't know if you guys know how to do this, but go to the group. Over here's a little search thing. Click on search, type in waiting line, and you will find right there at the top exactly what Andrea is talking about. How to create waiting line demand for health and wellness experts that help people improve their physical, mental, and or emotional health. And I really want to highlight this line right here, physical, mental, and or emotional health, because if you can help people improve one of those three areas or a combination of those areas, you have the ability to not only impact people, but to also significantly impact your sales and your revenue and your profits. And we mean that wholeheartedly. What's happening out there is you're probably camouflaging what you really do because people do not see your true value. And that is exactly why this group exists, is to make sure you can communicate your true value. People understand what it is. We reduce sales objections so we don't get the, I got to think about it. Oh, I got to talk to my spouse, or it's a money objection. I can tell you right now, if you're getting those objections, you need to go through these trainings because those objections are coming because two things are not being hit: certainty and confidence. If people are not confident in what you can do and your process can get them there, and are not absolutely certain that this is going to be the right thing and that you're the authority to make that happen, and you're the only bridge from the hell of every day of having my health and wellness problem to the heaven of not having this problem anymore and having a better life, if they don't see that, you're going to get those objections. And that's where we want you to dive into the group. So on that, guys, go ahead. Flash this up again. Comment below. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what your health and wellness background is. Let us know what the core focus of your business is, whether you're in the service side or if you're in the product side of sales, or if you're B2B, business to business, or if you're B2C, business to consumer, you're working directly with consumers. We'd love to know that. And again, put it in that comment. Tell us a little bit about where you're at. Tell us a little bit about the marketing sales help that you need, and we will point you to the most relevant stuff that we have here in the group, which is obviously all complimentary. We've curated this stuff over years and years and years of having Move Think Smile here, and we really want you guys to win big this year. On that note, I am Adam Von Ens. We have Elia Fasheron. We're the founders of Move Think Smile, and then we have our leadership team, Andrew Carlson and Andrea Harrison, who work with our clients directly on the backside. And any other parting shots, anything else you want to leave today, guys, starting with Elia?
No, I mean, I think other than just, don't go to bat with your marketing and sales alone. We are always getting, help, and we're always, asking the team, and we're always assessing our own marketing. And it's really important not to go it alone, because when you do, it's just a bigger struggle than it needs to be.
Andrew?
Everything is marketing. The way you have conversations, the way you're posting, the way you're speaking to your clientele at the end of the day, doesn't matter if you're having a sales conversation or you're just speaking to a friend. Everything that you do is marketing.
As well as everything you think about your business. Right. Everything you think about your business. People don't realize how important what's going on between your ears is. Andrea.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say this again. Come get social with us, right? Talk to us. Tag me if you want to. I love talking to you guys. I love interacting with everyone. And that's the way to get your questions answered. Get social about it.
And I don't know, Andrew and Elia, but Andrea kind of cut out there. She's a little funky on the audio. But basically what she said is, hey, if you want to know about my experience at Move Think Smile, feel free to tag me in the comments below.
Yep.
So it's Andrea Harrison. You can see her name right up here. We're all good to go. And on that note, guys, again, if you are watching this and you're not in our group already, come over to movethinksmile.com/group. Feel free to join and sign up at any time. Again, it's complimentary. Read the requirements we have on the page and then just opt in and we'll get you in there, answer the questions, and we'll point you to the right stuff to make sure that you're getting the help you need. And if you're already in the group, go ahead and comment below. Let us know the core focus of your marketing, of your health and wellness company, and what help you need. The big business obstacle you're looking to conquer most right now. Is it client acquisition? Is it, increasing client lifetime value? So instead of making $200 per person, would you like to make $3,000 to $5,000 a year from that person? Ethically, with integrity. We can help with that. Are you looking to have more client retention? Because a lot of people we see, Elia, are not client acquisition models. Always client acquisition, client acquisition, client acquisition. And then client acquisition goes down for a month or two. Next thing you know, the company burns and crashes. So we want to kind of avoid that too. So let us know what you really look for. Or maybe it's, I've got a lot of leads coming in, but I can't get anybody to convert to a paying customer. Like, I just can't get anybody to do it. I don't know. I'm really struggling with that. Or maybe you're at the beginning. It's like, I don't have enough people to even talk to even worry about converting them to that. Whatever it might be, put it in the comments below and we'll be on top of it. Feel free to tag Andrea. She'll explain her experience here if you ever want to know about that. And until then, guys, have a great day. Welcome to Move Think Smile and our group for marketing and sales for health and wellness experts. Take care, everybody.